As many of you already know, Vitali Zdorovetskiy isn't being deported to either the United States or Russia, because both countries have refused to take him in. At the moment, Philippine authorities are simply waiting to finalize his deportation, and it's expected he'll be sent to a different country soon. But what's next for Vitali? What could really happen from here? And what consequences might he be facing? There's a lot to unpack in today's video, and trust me, you're going to hear some things you haven't seen anywhere else, so let's dive into it.
Right now, Vitali is in the final stages of deportation, with only one remaining charge on him. And honestly, that might be dismissed very soon. The main witness has already stepped down and withdrawn their complaint, and rumors are flying that Vitali may have paid them off to stay quiet. But what's even more interesting, the president of the Philippines recently had a meeting with Donald Trump, and whispers are circulating that Vitali's case might have come up in that conversation. President Bongbong Marcos is reportedly paying close attention to Vitali's situation, which means there's still a chance he could end up deported to the US after all. That possibility is very real. But if Vitali ends up staying in the Philippines, what then? Some people believe he might actually turn a new leaf after everything he's gone through there. Though let's be honest, his situation is grim. He's reportedly being underfed. He's not getting his steroids. Many are saying he's completely lost his mind. If he ever gets out, he might be totally unrecognizable. A completely different man from the one who used to pull reckless stunts and mock courtroom officials during serious proceedings. It's also possible that what one particular creator predicted could come true. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's no guarantee that Vitali is going to become a changed man. Before jail, he often said that going to prison in the Philippines would make him go viral. He literally said it would bring him millions of views. Straight from his own mouth. When I came out of jail, every video was hitting 1 million views. So out of every negative situation, positive. If I go to jail tonight or today or however many days, I'm ready. My ass been tied up for a while now. I'm going to fire it up. So personally, I don't believe this is a man who's truly ready to change. If that were the case, he would have changed a long time ago, after all the legal trouble he's already been through in other countries. But even with all that punishment, he still hasn't learned. And now he's facing the consequences in the Philippines. Have you been in jail in other countries? Yeah. Which ones? Brazil? Russia? Brazil? Russia? America? When someone repeatedly lands in jail and never really faces lasting consequences, what do you expect them to do? They just keep going. That's exactly what happened with Vitali. He thought he could continue pulling stunts all over the world, believing countries like the Philippines didn't have the same strength in law enforcement as the US or Europe. That was likely his whole plan. Honestly, I think the Philippines should make sure he faces real consequences this time. And I know that's not just my opinion. Even people who truly knew what Vitali was like have spoken out against him in the past. There's a podcast where someone brought up Vitali to a guest, and her reaction was honestly shocking. I found something out about you. There's someone you've been with that I strongly object to. His name's Vitali. Worst decision of my life. You regret it? I hate him. He's awful. We went to film a YouTube video at a college, nothing inappropriate, just content. He was the most obnoxious person I've ever met. Can you imagine? People who've worked with him now regret ever doing so. Some might even feel like they were taken advantage of or harmed in the process. He's the kind of guy who just can't stay out of trouble, and that woman's reaction said it all. I'm a content creator. I knew how things were supposed to go. I made one video with him, and it was the worst experience of my life. I wish I could erase him from my memory. I felt so gross. Like, this man shouldn't even be here. He should just go back to wherever he came from. It seems like all the chaos he's caused, all the pain he's brought to others, it's finally catching up with him in the Philippines. And why wouldn't it? He's hurt people emotionally, mentally, and in some cases, maybe worse. Of course, people are going to wish him bad luck. And it's not just strangers. Even his own wife walked away because of his behavior. Vitali admitted this himself. Most people only think about my 2020 arrest, but they don't know what else I went through that year. So what happened after the arrest? I lost the love of my life. I chose Kinsey. I chose money over love. She said, "You'll be rich but miserable." And she was right. After that, I got arrested again for something I'll regret forever. So it's not just that his wife is gone. If you hear tomorrow that even his mother has cut ties, it wouldn't be surprising. Right now, his mom seems to be going through a nightmare. She even posted a video on Instagram where she looked like she was crying. The reason? She reportedly lost a large amount of money trying to help Vitali. She gave it to someone she thought was a lawyer, paid through crypto, and got scammed. I need help. Applause. Oh my goodness. Apparently she was just trying to pay for his legal fees. But honestly, sending crypto to a random wallet, that's never a good idea. Still, if you ask me whether she's doing the right thing, what choice does she really have? That's her only son. Even Vitali's former cameraman once said his mom was always in his corner. She's always fighting for him. She really wants the best for him. She tries to guide him, even when it comes to his money. Like, don't do this, don't do that. She always has his back. Everything she's done, right or wrong, comes from a place of love. She's simply trying to get her son out of that jail. And don't forget, the Philippine government already denied him bail and a pardon, even when he begged for it. Russia also refused to accept him back. Legal Mindset even pointed it out a while ago. Vitali begged for bail. He begged to be released. He was denied. And not just that, both Russia and the US don't want him. Russia even warned its own citizens, don't be like Vitali. They strongly condemned him. The US, they said flat out, they're not taking him. So deportation? Not happening. But things might be shifting. Now there are talks about a possible deal in the works between the US and the Philippines. There's even footage of President Marcos meeting with Donald Trump, and they seem to be discussing serious diplomatic matters. If Marcos brings up Vitali's case directly to Trump, something could happen. And we all know, Vitali has long been a vocal supporter of the MAGA movement. If Trump hears about it, he might just step in to help him out. But here's the twist. Top officials in the Philippines might still resist it. But then again, if enough money changes hands behind the scenes, they might just let it slide. So yeah, it really looks like there's a good chance Vitali could end up back in the US soon. What do you think about all of it? Drop your thoughts below.